Hey guys, so in the last few days, a piece of speculative news has been circling around the Total War community with Reddit posts and hype videos, and it's all been about a YouTube community post by martial artist Bjorn Ruther in which he expresses his enjoyment of working with Creative Assembly on a new unannounced project. And the main point here being Bjorn is a martial arts expert with a big passion for medieval combat. Now, just to remind us all for a moment, CA does have multiple teams working on different Total War projects, including the Warhammer main team, which launched Warhammer 3, the Warhammer 3 DLC team, which have taken over Warhammer 3 development, so who knows what that main team are working on now. There's a Three Kingdoms team who are guaranteed to be working on 3K2. There's the Saga team, which did Thrones and Troy, so they could be working on a new saga, of course. And finally, there's the historical team, which, though unconfirmed, could be working on a new mainline historical title. It's also worth just remembering that while Bjorn here is doing some motion capture work to no doubt capture some in-game animations of both cavalry and it looks like spear and shield combat, the props that is used here is in no way any indication on the game that CA could be developing because, well, it doesn't matter whether he's holding a Roman gladius or not. Devs can transform that digitally into whatever style of sword that they want. Props in motion capture generally stay the same across multiple titles and DLCs, and God knows these particular props could have been around since Total War Rome 2. Now, all of that being said, there is some evidence to show, of course, that CA are indeed working on, or at least interested in developing a new historical Total War. On the 20th of January 2021, over 2 years ago now, the company registered a trademark with the UK Intellectual Property Office called Total War Medieval, which I think is pretty damning evidence to show that, I wouldn't imagine that a company would trademark that without a plan to develop and release a game of that name at some point in the future. And that happened 2 years ago. So for all we know, CA could be working on a medieval style game for a while now. CA PR manager Ian Roxborough in an interview last year admitted that he's sure Medieval 3 is something the studio will do one day. We've had NVIDIA GeForce game title leaks, we've had new hire descriptions in the Creative Assembly career website describing a new tentpole historical project with art style as a requirement of historical nature. There's loads of little bits of info that points towards a new historical game. I think that's pretty guaranteed at this point. But all of this isn't really the main point of this video. I've already done tons of hype train riding, and unlike Andy's take here, I'm not going to tell you this is definitely Medieval 3 confirmed. I'm here to tell you instead that whatever Creative Assembly are working on, it better be good. And by good, I mean it better have a new game engine that is not Warhammer style gameplay copy-pasted into a new game, cough, Troy, cough. I'm here to tell you that if a Medieval is in the works, whether it's a mainline title or a saga, CA better do it justice and better improve their battle gameplay and specifically their siege warfare design because their latest work is not impressive. I'm here to tell you that even if CA are making a new Medieval, we need to be critical. We need to demand the best. And to be quite honest, I think the majority of the Total War community agrees with me. It doesn't even matter whether it's a Medieval 3 or an Empire 2 or a Rome 3, CA needs to make the next historical Total War a good game. That's the bare minimum, the best that it can be, and first and foremost, do the game and the fans justice. This community has been waiting for a new historical for almost 10 years. Hell, we've been waiting for a new medieval for almost 20 years. If this game gets released and it's as buggy and broken as the Rome 2 launch or the Warhammer 3 launch, there will be holy hellfire. Don't get me wrong, I'm very excited to see a medieval martial arts expert do his thing at a CA motion capture studio. I love reading the fact that he's very excited about this new unannounced project that we don't know anything about. I'm not disputing the fact that this could very well be another breadcrumb in the trail leading to a major medieval Total War game. Finally, we've been waiting a long time for this, as I've said, and I've been predicting its arrival for over a year now. But after watching Andy's video, I just can't help but think it doesn't matter whether it's medieval anymore. It needs to be a good, solid historical game. Something new and fresh in the series, a new reinvention of historical that we all want and dream of, done with sound quality control, polish and an innovative new process. When you look back at Medieval 1 and 2, we see genre-defining creativity. Each of these games pushed the envelope of Total War, both on the campaign with general skills and traits and campaign mechanics like the Crusades, the College of Cardinals. Medieval 1 was the first time we saw castle sieges. Both of these games blew the fans away and definitely set a massive precedent for future Total War games. The next historical game, and if it's a Medieval 3 especially, needs to be this innovative to be successful. And in an age of early access games and DLC lifetimes, it needs to be a complete game with plenty of content to keep us going. All in all, I see this post as a restart of that conversation. People can get hyped, but these are the real topics we need to be discussing. What sort of a game are we expecting from CA? And send a message to them that that bar is set high. Anything less will be a fail. I mean, if Medieval 3 comes out and it's crap, we have nothing to worry about because we have Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD on Attila. But still, the point is here, there are big shoes to fill with previous medieval games, big expectations to meet from the fans, and I just hope more than anything that CA make at the very bare minimum a good game out of it. Finally, guys, I just want to say that CA did mention earlier this year that throughout the Warhammer 3 DLC cycle and their announcements in 2023, there will be a revelation, a revealing of a new unannounced Total War title that hopefully anyway is historical related. Hopefully what Bjorn has been working on here is related to that, in which case it could be a Medieval 3 or a medieval style saga game. But in any case, we're going to find out what that is in the next few months, and I'm really crossing my fingers that it is a historical game and that it is Medieval 3. I think that if they have a martial arts expert in medieval style combat like Bjorn here, then they're really putting out all the stops. They're really getting passionate people on the project to make it happen. So that definitely excites me quite a bit. And that's it for today, guys. I wanted to make a bit of a conversational video today based on Bjorn's tweet here about what we should be expecting from CA and their new historical title, if that's what's happening, how we need to be managing our expectations based on previous work, both in medieval games and in historical games, and their latest work in Warhammer. There's a lot that we could be discussing here, a lot that needs to be in the back of our minds when we're thinking about the hopium that is being driven around the Total War community right now. And yeah, hopefully we find out more about what this new historical title is about. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and found it informative. If you did, do give it a like, drop any thoughts or questions in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you think about this post and the potential of a new historical title. Subscribe to the channel for more Total War content just like this, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.